how could you not love rage, right? So, hey, what's up, everybody? Shankar Singham here. Doing YouTube instead of the IC Facebook, just because I think what I'm about to say probably has is more opinion, and I'm not sure how the rest of IC feel. They'll probably agree with me, but just to keep it safe, and plus we have some new attorneys, and an attorney is back, or however you want to say it, and everything is dotted and crossed. So I don't want to just take a chance. So I decided to do this video on YouTube instead. So look, a while ago I made a video called "Conservatives: Why We Call You Nazis." Okay, and in it I laid out a reasoning on why we call conservatives Nazis, and it fairly explained itself clearly. And one of the reasons that we call conservatives Nazis was if you think Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization. Okay, so we're going to come back to that in a bit. The terrorist group known as Black Lives Matter, but I want to talk about why we call conservatives Nazis based on the police protests that, in my opinion, have now fizzled out, or fizzling out until someone else gets killed. But I think even though if someone else gets killed, unless there's video of it and it's brutal looking, nobody cares. Nobody will care, because ever since Floyd was murdered, we've had here in LA 6 or 8 police killings, and half of them have no video, and nobody cares. So, but the police protests, this is why we call conservatives Nazis. So, amid the police protests afterwards, now I think after the marches, statues were being torn down of Confederate soldiers from the war of the Civil during last century, 2 centuries ago, actually, a century and a half ago. And they're offended. They're offended. Conservatives, if you're offended by people taking down a statue of a person who kidnapped their grandparents, their family members, and sold them, if you're offended by that person tearing that statue down, you might be a Nazi. You might be a Nazi. FYI. If you're offended by people who take down statues, and those statues are used to buy and sell the other people's family members, so the family members that are taking down statues were bought and sold by that person on the statue, and you're offended by them taking it down, you might be a Nazi. In fact, you probably are a Nazi. So, if you think that the greatest threat to the United States right now is Black people or Antifa, and that they're the biggest domestic terrorists there are right now, there are Black people and Antifa, you're a Nazi. You're straight up white supremacist, racist Nazi. Not bigoted at all. You're not bigoted. You're past bigot. You are a racist Nazi at this point. So why am I saying all this now? Last time I just said it. I stated it. I didn't give any reasoning for it. Now I'm going to give you reasoning for it. Okay. So in February 2017, the FBI released a study on domestic terrorism. And on the study, it says that, it actively says that right-wing extremist hate groups actively recruiting law enforcement officers or getting its members to join law enforcement. So now you have racist hate groups enforcement. but the cops aren't racist, right? Even though the FBI releases a study saying that they were actually recruiting from racist groups into law enforcement, cops aren't racist, right? The Democrats started KKK. Yeah, the Democrats started the Ku Klux Klan. So the hell what? What is your point with that? You think the Democrats are any different right now? The Democrats and Republicans are the exact same party. The fact that not a single Democrat, even if they were the KKK or not the KKK, even not a single Democrat, not one of them in Congress will put legislation up to stop the KKK, a known terrorist organization that's killed thousands of Americans. Not a terrorist organization. So yeah, fuck the Democrats, fuck the Republicans, fuck the U.S. Congress. They are a racist country. Period. The whole world knows this. The whole world believes it. You could think you're number one in USA, America, but the rest of the planet, Donald Trump and you guys have turned it into a complete shitstorm. A complete racist shitstorm. More on the cops. In the past 2 weeks, there have been probably about 6 or 7 murders. One of them by the sheriff's department, who shot an 18-year-old security guard for no reason at all. They said he had a firearm. They showed the firearm. The guy's family said he never had a firearm. He's 18 years old. He's an unarmed security guard. The cops shot him because cops are dumb. Cops are literally one of the stupidest people there are. I mean, unless you pass the detective test. They're pretty sneaky about that. They know how to catch a crook with that. But, cops in general, I mean, I have friends that are in sheriff and law enforcement, and, one of them is a brilliant person, which made me question why he wanted to go into the sheriff's department. I think he's finding out it was a mistake now, but most law enforcement are dumber than rocks. They can't put deductive reasoning skills definitely gone. You have a sheriff that shot this 18-year-old, took all the cameras from the surrounding businesses off, yanked them all out, didn't have any body cams on or didn't turn them on, refuses to wear body cams, shot this 18-year-old kid, refuses to release any of the footage, and refuses to acknowledge anything even happened, except for the fact that this 18-year-old kid got shot. That's it. Nothing's being done. Along that, you have also 5 black men found hanging from trees on the outskirts of civilization here in Southern California. So I mean up in the hills. There's little communities on there, little enclaves of whiteness. And, Sheriff Bowtree Clementine there fucking, hung up a couple of black guys in Temecula and in Sperry, I think, in Palmdale, and 2 other places, I forget. And they just keep finding these hanging black bodies. Now, they didn't die of asphyxiation. They died of something else, and someone hung them up. But whatever, right? Because the cops there say they were all suicides. The FBI has come in. I don't know what that's going to do. Unless you have an order from the president, from the FBI, demanding the FBI to get to the bottom of it, FBI isn't going to do shit. They work with law enforcement, so they know what's up. And then you got Trump tweeting yesterday or the day before, this guy saying white power. A little dog whistle to his face. And then you got the KKK coming out in droves, coming out to Black Lives Matter meetings. So all this is happening right now. And if you still think that America isn't racist, or you're not racist, or the conservative party isn't racist, dude, you are so delusional, all right? The next thing was Black Lives Matter. So in that last video, I said, if you think Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization, you might be a Nazi. That was 2 years ago. So Black Lives Matter right now just got enormous funding by several major corporations, just to list off these companies that donate to a terrorist organization like Black Lives Matter. You've got Airbnb donated $500,000, all right? Amazon donated $10 million to a terrorist organization called Black Lives Matter. Apple, undisclosed amount. They won't state how much money they gave Black Lives Matter. You have Away Luggage. It's a luxury luggage, I guess, really expensive luggage brand. Can you believe these companies? Coca-Cola, undisclosed amount. Facebook gave $10 million to Black Lives Matter, the terrorist organization. Glossier, the makeup company, gave another $500,000 to Black Lives Matter. Nike, guys, I mean, of all these companies that I've already read, guys, you're going to have to burn a lot of shit up, right? You have to burn all your Apple stuff up, right? Because they gave to a terrorist organization like Black Lives Matter. You already burnt your Nike stuff up, right? Because they're all about Colin Kaepernick, who was right. So you got to, hey, anything you bought from Amazon, burn it, right? Apple stuff, burn it. I don't think you guys can afford Avery luggage. I know I can't, but if you do have Avery luggage, it's a pretty penny. Burn it. Hey, I don't know how you can burn Facebook, but burn it somehow, right? Glossier makeup. So Nike, the shoes that you guys all burn. The Nazis hate Nike now. Nazi gave them, Black Lives Matter, the terrorist organization, $40 million. $40 million, Nike, to Black Lives Matter, the terrorist organization. When you're talking about just adding this up here alone, you're over $100 million for a nonprofit. All of a sudden now, Black Lives Matter, the terrorist organization, now has friends in the establishment. And I think I don't know, I hope, look, I know BLM, I've worked with them many times. It's been very sad and very broke and poor. And I'm hoping that their integrity and their humbleness stays. But I know they're courting the Democrats or somebody right now, and the Republicans. I don't know who they are. I hope Miss Colors knows what's up, because she is from the streets. She teaches at USC. You know, this is 2013 to now, and they've been called every name under the book. And for this to happen to them with this much money, I hope they use it correctly for the community. So Nike, $40 million to Black Lives Matter, the terrorist organization. Uber, $1 million, and then YouTube, another $1 million. So look, conservatives, if you still think Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization, guess what? You might be Nazi. In fact, you probably are a Nazi. You probably have Nazi tendencies. You probably have a swastika flag. You probably have it tatted somewhere, SS, right? White power, Boogaloo boys. You're missing the boat with the statues, with BLM, with the planet. So conservatives, wake up. If you still believe that they're Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization, that's why we call you Nazis. I'll see you guys on the police line. All right? Later.